everyone, good evening. Psychic medium angel reader Alison Boychuk here for another weekly broadcast of Wednesday Whispers. Hope you're all doing fantastic tonight. Hope you all have sunshine and good weather wherever you are at. I'm just going to take a moment or two and wait for some people to pop on tonight for tonight's broadcast. Looking forward to tonight's broadcast. I reflect prior to every Wednesday Whispers, and that's when I say a prayer, and then I reflect, and that's when things start coming in for me. I have tons of spirit tonight, and so I hope to deliver some beautiful messages to some people who really need to hear them tonight. Good evening, everybody. Hi, Kelly. Thank you for being here. Andrea, hello. Good evening. Hi, Mom. Hi, Barb. Hello, Lori. Good evening to you all. Tonight is grad here in Carberry, so I just wanted to congratulate all the grads tonight. I know I remember my own grad, which was a very long time ago, but, you know, it's such a milestone, and you know, these young adults super excited about their futures, and it's a wonderful evening here tonight. We had a little bit of light rain, but now it's sunny and beautiful. So it's a very nice night for graduation. So I just wanted to again send out my congratulations to the Carberry grads. Hi, Melissa. Hello, thank you for being here with me. Bernice, hello, good evening. Hi, Debbie. Aw, Mike, I was just reading your message. That's so cute. Thank you so much. I know you're so busy and taking the time to tune in and watch my broadcast. Thank you so much, Mike. It is so appreciated. Hi, Betty. Good evening. Hope you're well. Echo, hello. Good evening. Tekla, hi. It's so nice to have you all with me tonight. Again, I have to very quickly mention that if you feel that I am connected with your loved one, you could please write a comment. It's really important that you write a comment. The odd times, you know, I know that people have chosen not to, and then they'll message me after the broadcast. But I'm asking of you to please do so. It really makes the whole process go faster, and that way I can help more people throughout the hour. So if you feel indeed that I have connected with your loved one, if you could please write a message as soon as you think so. But if someone has spoken up for that loved one, but you think that sure sounds like your loved one as well, please say something as well. That's important. It's just as important because it means a lot to me to ensure that it goes to the right person. I will iron out the details and figure out exactly who it is for. All right. Hello. Hi, Stacy, Melinda, Johanna, Dean, hello. Hi, thank you for being here. Darlene, Jody. Yes, Christine. Christine, I just had a session with you, I believe, not too long ago. It was fantastic to enjoy an hour of time with you. Hi, Marie Rocks. Good evening. Hello. Good evening to you all, and I'm sure Tyson sends hellos back to all of you guys. He's just working on my computer here. I think you can see him in the corner of the shot. I'm having a little bit of a difficulty here, but he's working it all out for me before I get started. So just give me a minute. Hi, Brandy and Nancy. Nice to see you on. Jamie, hello. Taylor, hello. Good evening to everybody. All right. Okay. Thank you, Jamie. I just got it done today. Thank you for noticing. Okay. All right. Like I said, you know what, Jody? I just read your message too. That's so cute. Yes, you know, I do remember you very much so. I remember you, Jody. I believe, I won't say where, but I know you're in Saskatchewan, and I would love to have a session anytime. You just let me know, okay? All right, everybody. Just going to take a few seconds here, and I will get rolling. Okay. The first loved one that I would love to bring forward. I have a male here. All right. First thing I notice is how tall he is. He's a tall guy. 6 foot. It's got to be. Right? As I'm watching him, all the quick signs and things that he's wanting to tell me about himself comes across to me. Very kind man. He's very, very, very outdoorsy kind of man. He would have loved to be outdoors, which is the perfect time of year for him. I very much can feel that he loved the campfire. All of a sudden I could smell it. He loved the campfire. Okay. As I said, this is a tall, not skinny, but he's definitely been on the, I would call him on the slimmer side. Okay. I've asked him how come he is no longer here, and I'm just, he's not really giving me a direct, like when he had cancer or something, he's not giving me a direct answer to that question. It feels like, there was a couple of different things that all kind of rolled it together, and I need to talk about, he shows me looks like he's in his, I want to say his later 60s, maybe very early 70s, okay? He's got dark hair, brown eyes, he just showed that to me, all right? And that's a family member. I truly believe he's trying to let me know that his daughter is watching. I think that's where he's going with this. Okay. Really interesting. He brings up somebody having breast cancer. So I don't know if that's you have had breast cancer, or what he means by that exactly, that for him to bring up breast cancer in the way that he did. Okay? This gentleman, I keep smelling the campfire over and over again. He loved to sit around the fire. He moved on quickly to, it feels like there's maybe some foster children here, maybe, yeah. But he makes it clear, but like, yeah, he's trying to talk something about there was other kids, there was other siblings, there was, kind of felt like there was foster children here maybe, or adopted children. I think he's more talking about foster children. Okay. Christine, I need to tell you, it's really interesting. He showed me, I think this is for you, Christine, and I think he just showed me that you'd understand this, that you were adopted. I see, yeah, absolutely, yeah. That makes sense to me. And while I was feeling these like foster kids or adoptive or absolutely, that's what he was trying to express to me. But and he just wrote me, Dad. This must be your dad. And it's really interesting, Christine. He shows me to tell you how You need to hear about how strong you are. Okay, you need to hear that tonight. He's been watching over you, and you have been suffering in silence. And it's interesting. It makes me feel to say that you're feeling a lot of stresses about what feels like children. Okay, so I don't know if that's your own children or what he's trying to say there, but he just shows you being very worrisome and stressed out almost. And he just wants me to let you know that he's right there with you through all of that. That just made me feel like you're going through some hard times. Okay, you worked in CFS. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, absolutely, Christine. So just know, indeed, that your lovely dad is trying to be there for you. And it's interesting, 2-3 times now as I've been watching him, he keeps showing me resembling you standing on a deck, and I don't know what that's about. But hopefully you'll understand it, and it just made me feel like standing on this deck, and like that's when you talk with him. I want to say, Christine, if that makes sense to you. He really made me feel that way. Your dad shows you nothing but love tonight, Christine, all right? So thank you so much for tuning in, and all the best to you, Christine. All right. The very next loved one that I would love to bring forward is I have a younger male here, okay? This young guy, not 100% sure how old he is, like the time of his passing, I mean. But what I can say is he's an attractive guy. He's got a great big smile on his face, and he shows me, he's showing me like the lines on the highway, the solid line, and then it's not solid anymore. And symbolically, often when I'm shown that, that's their way of showing me that they passed because of an accident, okay? A vehicle accident, okay? This younger male, he had his whole life ahead of him, and it's really interesting. As soon as I say that, he just showed me somebody like a wedding dress. So I think he's trying to express to me that indeed he was going to be married or something of that nature. Because as soon as I said he had his whole life ahead of him, unfortunately this tragic accident happened. Okay. And so just know that this younger male is he's very social. As I'm watching him, he's very social, and he's smiling. It's really important that you hear that, because you just showed me you wonder so much, like, what happened? Is he okay? You talk to him. Okay. He shows me that he just keeps showing me this car accident over and over and over again. It's got to be a vehicle accident. Okay. Who he's trying to connect with. He shows me a lot of ups and downs with you. It's really, really interesting how he showed that. A lot of high and then low, and then, he tries so hard to stay busy. Lisa. Yeah, it was a truck and very tragic. Oh, Lisa. Okay. You betcha. You know, Lisa, as I was just saying, really interesting, you moved on. Your loved ones, they move really, really fast for me that sometimes I can't even get my sentence out. And they're already moving on to the next thing because they don't want to waste any time. And she moved on very quickly to what looks like some pictures. Like you've been looking at some pictures of him. And it's really interesting. He's trying to show me, I hope this makes sense to you, Lisa. He's trying to show me that somebody looks like him now. Okay? So I don't know if he means a son or what he means by that, Lisa. But he's showing me that, like I said, there's somebody that's looking like him now. That's really interesting. Okay? And Lisa, you're very welcome. Just know that he loves you very much. And he's trying his best to help you through life. You have had, like I said, he showed me tons of ups and downs. Some days he shows me there's a lot of depression, and then some days you're okay. I don't know if this is new that he would bring this up, but he showed me this love for plants that you have. Especially ones that are not well. You love to try and fix them. That's interesting. He just very much just showed that to me in detail. Lisa, I hope that makes sense. That's just his way of showing you, like, and if you have just been working on that in the last few days or something like that. And I don't know why, Lisa, he keeps showing me the letter D. I don't know who that is. I don't know if that's his name or what. He's trying to say something to me. Again, he keeps talking about some child and that's looking like him. So I don't know if it's a son of yours or what that's about. He goes back to you guys were supposed to get married, but that just didn't happen. Derek, okay. All right. I don't know if that's the spirit's name or what, but I'm glad that made sense to you. Okay, perfect. Absolutely, Lisa. This loved one is definitely for you. That's fantastic. He presents himself. How do I put this in words? Concerned for you, if I can be quite frank and honest. He's concerned for you. He wants you to be happy. Okay? So I just need to quickly say that. He wants you to find things that are going to make you happy. He said, you look so pretty when you smile. Okay? He shows me there's been a lot of times where you haven't. And he really wants you to be happy. Okay? You are, I don't know why on earth in the middle of all this did he just show me what looked like hanging clothes on a clothesline. I don't have no idea what that's about. I hope that means something to you, Lisa. He made that visual very clear. Okay? But again, can't spend too much time with him, but just know he sends all his love to you, watching over each and every one of you. And before I move on, he wants me to let you know that there's others there with him, and you know who that is. There's other family members. Yes, I know, my goodness, I cried. Aw. Your mom is not very well, and she hung clothes on the clothesline. Yeah, absolutely. So that's his way of, now that you've told me that, that's his way of talking about your mom, okay, to show me that someone hanging clothes on the clothesline, that you get that really fast of who that is, all right? And so that's his way of just quickly saying to you, and you know what, Lisa? He's watching over your mom. Okay, as you told me, she's not well. And in this moment, as I say that, he showed me all these pills, and it's like, she's taking pills and she doesn't even know what she's taking them for. Something like that, you know? She's just not doing well at all, okay? But just know that, you know, your partner, if I can call him that, if you don't mind, he's sending all of his love to you today, all right, this evening. And he wants me to remind you that, and you need to hear, you're absolutely beautiful, Lisa. All right, so thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to connect your partner tonight, Lisa. Thank you so much. You are most welcome, Lisa. All right. The very next loved one I would love to bring forward is I have this wonderful older lady here. She's a joy. She's so pleasant. You know how some older ladies, they're just cute, just their personalities, and calls everybody dear. She's lovely. I have this senior lady here. She has her love in her heart for everybody. What a wonderful soul. She lets me know, that's beautiful, she lets me know that she lived a beautiful long life. What do I mean by a long life? It, looks like she's trying to express to me like in her mid-80s, okay? Something like that. Very, very hard-working, frugal, if I could may say it that way. Wouldn't have liked to spend much on herself. All right. Continuously cooking and canning and looking after the family. Okay. This was they had an old farmhouse, it looks like. Okay. I talked about the cooking, but she had a couple of, it looks like, cakes that she made that you would love to be able to eat again. All right, Tekla, maybe your grandma. All right, I will carry on, and you let me know. This is so strange, Tekla. I don't know why I need to ask you this question. She showed me what looked like a rain gauge. And I'm not sure what that's about, and it looks like it's empty to me. Okay. So, in theory, I guess she's trying to tell me that you've been hoping for rain. If the rain gauge looks empty. Nancy, what kind of cakes? Lemon. I want to say lemon. Possibly lemon with poppy seed. Is that a thing? Lemon, because I can see the bright yellow. Okay. Your rain gauge is broken. That's hilarious, Tekla. Well, no wonder it's empty. Oh, I love it. That's funny. I find it so cute how spirit can bring things through. Give the most unique detail. The freaking gauge is broken. That's hilarious. And just out of curiosity, Tekla, the fact that she would bring that up, does that mean that you just realized it was broken like a day or two ago? That she would mention that? And interestingly, I didn't even have my sentence out, and she was already moving on. And she tells me it's sitting in the garden with a crack in it. That's funny. She shows me symbolism of butterflies with you. Okay, Tekla. So I hope this is making sense. And I know it looks like Nancy Johnson's wondering maybe this is a loved one of hers too. But I need to say that the butterfly. Okay. So Tekla, I hope that you know, I just want to make sure. And when I asked her, give me something unique. It's really interesting because I do have Nancy Johnson here too. That's thinking that's possibly. Graham used to use old pop bottle to make butterflies. Oh, that's interesting. Cool, very cool. Okay. And when I asked her to give me something really unique, she showed me putting those older style, they look plastic to me, with the foam curlers in her hair. Okay. Curling her hair kind of like, you know, before bed or whatever, setting her hair with curlers. Okay. Monica, watching from North Dakota. Hello, thank you for tuning in. Aw, that is wonderful. Thank you so much for being here tonight, Monica. So yes, Tekla, you know, your grandma, she, again, the curlers, and she moved on to a deck of cards. Ooh, and she just showed me what looked like making really amazing, I think those are dill pickles. Okay. And, you know, Tekla, she's sending all of her love tonight. All right, she's sending, you know, she's happy, and you need to understand that. Okay. Okay. You forget. All right. I don't know why twice now, Tekla, she showed me what looks like two boys. Okay. I don't know if you have two boys or where she's going with that. She's showing me two boys. Oh, no way, Graham's pickles. That's awesome, Tekla. Absolutely. Now I finally feel confident. Okay. Graham's pickles is fantastic. Yes. She grabbed onto something that I could give you that we would know for sure. Okay. It's really interesting. You have two brothers. Oh, lovely. Okay. You betcha. Those are the two boys. She's sending her love to all of you. Okay. So if they're open to hearing about this, you know, your lovely grandma is sending love to the three of you. Absolutely, Tekla. What an inspiration she must have been to have such a wonderful grandma. Okay. Absolutely. You know, she worked so hard, and everything she did with such pride. I need to just quickly say that before I move on. She just seems such a, you know, a proud woman, proud of her family, proud of her work, and the you know, the family lifestyle that's, you know, your family has. She's just a proud woman altogether. All right, very proud of all of you guys. You know, I'm trying to move on, but she wants me to talk to you about something about a job. I don't know, and it's just her way of showing you that she's right there with you. I don't know what that's about exactly. I don't. She wants me to talk to you about, I don't know, something about your job. Yeah, absolutely, Tekla. That all makes perfect sense. And again, she's resting very, very peacefully in heaven. All right. Very, very much comfortable. I need to tell you that. Comfortable and very much at peace. You just started a new job on Saturday. Get out. That's lovely. That is lovely. Tekla. You know, Grandma is right there with you. Absolutely. And she knows you just started a new job. That is fantastic. All right. Thank you so much, Tekla, for giving me that beautiful opportunity to connect with your lovely, lovely grandmother tonight. Thank you so much for being here with me. All right. The next loved one I would love to bring forward. You're most welcome, Tekla. The next loved one I would love to bring forward. I have a male here. I have a young man here. He's young. Okay. My viewers who watch me, you know, somewhat often or whatever, know exactly what I mean by this. I just want to cry. All right. So this young man here, he is trying to connect. He just wrote me, Dad. I think he's trying to tell me that his dad is watching. It's unfortunate, you know, as you know, that urge for me to cry. That means that, you know, he's no longer here, unfortunately, because of his own doing. This was either a suicide or a drug overdose, okay? Something of that nature, okay? That's too bad. He clarified that. Those words came out of my mouth. It's interesting, was not a suicide. He made that clear to me. He showed me this was drugs. This was I believe full-heartedly he's trying to tell me that very much unfortunately he died of a drug overdose. Okay. But having said that, it's like he stopped me in my tracks and he's like, nope, you only talk about good things, okay? Because he is so free. He is so free of addiction. He is happy. He wants me to talk about how clear his mind is. I do not know why I need to talk about that he makes perfect sense when he talks. Wow, it's beautiful. He took in this big breath of fresh air and exhaled it because he feels so good. Okay. This young man, he was so smart. He was so intelligent, right? But unfortunately, drugs was a big part of his life. Okay, he makes that very, very clear. Okay. I've asked him, could you please give me a little bit more information, and he gives me the letter S. Okay. I don't know, Sam. I don't know. The letter S. All I get is an S here. He just showed me, I get this small town atmosphere feel about him that he shows me as a little kid. He grew up in a small town, looks like. He's trying to express that to me. I just keep seeing how smart he was. Okay. But unfortunately, that was not really understood. Okay. Kelsey says, my friend Shane. All right. I will carry on and you let me know, Kelsey. I need to tell you, as I read your name, Kelsey, I want to talk about how he shows me this was a friendship for years. And something that you would understand about him is what you must, you know, be so sad, but yet, you know, he had such a good heart, Kelsey. He had such a good heart. I could feel that about him. Okay? He loved everybody. He would hurt himself before he hurt anybody else. Always. Okay? He shows me like being the type of person he didn't like conflict, confrontation. Okay, Kelsey? I hope this is all making sense to you. And it's really interesting, again, as I looked at the screen to read your name, he showed me what looked to me like some birds, okay? Not 100% sure where he's going with that, okay? So I don't know if there's a certain bird that makes you think of him. I just could feel these, I could see these birds, and I felt that, just feeling that freedom and being free in the sky. It's kind of how he's making me feel to say to you, Kelsey. All right. His personality, like I could, I don't know. It's really interesting. It isn't about me, but I lost my brother, and it's just interesting how I can, as I feel Shane's personality, it's a lot like my brother's. That's just the only reason why I brought that up. I just thought that was really interesting. I really, with my gift, I will say this over and over again, I very, very much feel personality. I talk about that in my private one-on-one sessions. I feel, personality so much stronger than I do what they look like. And the only reason I think that is because it doesn't really matter what they look like, does it? It doesn't. It doesn't matter. What matters is what was inside, and that's why I feel personality. And your friend Shane there, he just beams personality and loving to be around people. Really friendly. He must have had a ton of friends. And Kelsey, I don't know why all of a sudden he wanted me to talk about cologne. I have no idea why. And he moved on really quickly to a tree. I talked about the birds a couple of minutes ago, and I just want to say, it shows me something about, I don't know if somebody, do you know if it was a tree planted for him, or I don't know where he's going at all. All of a sudden he showed me this tree. Okay. But it's really important that you understand, as he's here tonight, he is kind of like laughing. His older brother took his life 3 years on the same day that Shane overdosed. Oh wow, Kelsey. Whew, that's heavy. Wow. And I understand that goes without saying, but as I read those words, Shane just shows me how hard it was for him without his brother. Wow. Yeah, without a doubt. But, sorry, I was just watching him, and he just showed me, because you mentioned the brother, and it's really beautiful as to how much he looked up to him, how much he loved him, how much he missed him, and now they're together. And I guess, that's what's important to understand, Kelsey. Did I connect with his older brother? No. Truthfully, I did not. But Shane shows me, I can just feel how happy he is, and I guess that's what's important. Is he's free of addiction, he's free of sadness, he's free of all of that. Oh my God, a tree at Chickadee Land that all of his friends made a spot to go see him. Oh, that's so wonderful. Yes, it was his and his brother's favorite spot. I love that. Thank you so much, Kelsey, for taking a moment to write that to me. Exactly. The tree, absolutely. He knew that you'd get it. If you showed me a tree, you'd get what he was trying to say. He knows all about it, and that's why that's the point. He knows all about it, and because he's around, and that's what's important to understand. And he's free. Again, he's free, and he's happy. Okay? We put beer cans hanging on the tree. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's great. What a sociable, fun guy to be around. You know, a lot like my brother. You know, I should say, he's the type of person that, you know, when you meet him, you wouldn't forget him. You know what I mean by that? You just remember him. He had quite the personality. Your friend Shane, absolutely. Yeah. So just know, Kelsey, that he's well, all right, and all is good. Okay? He's very, very much at peace, being free of addiction. All right, so thank you so much, Kelsey, for giving me the opportunity to connect with him tonight. Thank you so much. All right. The very next loved one I would love to bring forward. I have a little girl. I have a little girl here. She looks so petite. She's fair. She's very fair skin toned. Okay. Oh, Kelsey. Sorry, I have to go back to Kelsey for a moment. It's your birthday. I am so happy that he come to see you for your birthday. That is so great. Oh, that's fantastic, Kelsey. All right. So back to this beautiful little girl. Like I said, someone, you know, I feel such strong grief. Somebody is missing this little girl, and I know that would go without saying, right? I get that, but I am feeling so much emotion and grief through this that I need to address it. All right, somebody really needs to hear this tonight. I have this beautiful little girl here. She's again, she's quite fair-skinned. I mean, isn't it almost pale, like just very fair-skinned little girl. She's got blonde hair. I'm not 100% sure how old she is. She is small. She just looks small. She's thin. Like she's a little bit on the. I don't want to call her scrawny. But her personality is huge. She is so full of life, right? This beautiful, beautiful little girl. I've asked her what happened. That's interesting how she relayed all of that to me. This was a miscarriage. But now, she's showing me, oh, her beautiful blue eyes. She looks so small. She's showing me that she'd be like 4. Okay. New. My apologies. It's interesting because I keep saying she's small. She looks small to me. She's like, she would be, so this miscarriage would have happened about 7 years ago. Okay. I take that back. The 4 though, I don't know where the 4 was. I don't know if she would have been born on the 4th or something about the month of April. Really not sure. Right? This beautiful little girl. She shows me that her mom used to hum to her. You know, kind of sing to her, hum. You know, oh. You know, I need to quickly talk about how, you know, all miscarried children, babies, Kaylin Faith would be 7 years old, and we have 4 kids including her. That makes sense, Mike. Yeah. Yeah. That makes perfect sense. You know, yeah. I don't know why I need to address a tattoo. She wants me to talk about a tattoo, Mike. I don't know if someone is thinking about it or has gotten one for her or what the situation is. But she talks about that. This beautiful little girl. She wants me to talk about the fact that she's never once been alone. Never once. Right? It's really beautiful. She shows me how when she first went into heaven, very, very kind older lady helped her into heaven. I can word it that way. All right. She shows me, Kaylin shows me that I just thought she was never alone. You need to understand that. And this was bloodline. This was a relative of hers. This is, you know, either a grandmother or a great-grandmother. She corrected me. No, great-grandmother. There was a great-grandmother, and now she's also with a male, like a great-grandfather to her. And that great-grandfather is, she just showed that to me. He is so funny. He loves to, you know, kind of crack jokes, be a bit of a prankster kind of guy. Jen got a butterfly tattoo in her memory. Aww. And Jen's little butterfly was here on the weekend. Aww, absolutely. And you know, that would be why your beautiful little girl would bring it up. Absolutely. You betcha. You know, it's interesting as you were, you know, I was reading that, and you know, about the weekend and that, and I felt like I need to talk about, like, there's something about, like, the weather, something about camping, but weather's crappy. She showed that to me, so I hope that makes sense to you. When she talked about the butterfly, you know, being with Jen, she showed me the weather was crappy, and I don't know, I just need to tell you that real quick, Mike. It's just her way of showing you that she's right there with you guys. She wants me to talk about her little sister, and it's really interesting. Something about having a love for, I need to talk about rainbows real quick. Her great-grandparents, absolutely. That's Dad with his grandkids, that's fantastic. Okay. And Mike, you know, I just need to tell you, as I read your message, you know, about great grandpa, he wants me to talk about something about his eye. Dad always came to camp on Father's Day for campfire breakfast. Oh, that's lovely. Absolutely. Your dad is, you know, very, very much with all of your family and your beautiful little girl. enjoy spending time with him too. And that's why she was showing me that really cute joking and, you know, kind of being a bit of a prankster, teasing the kids. That carried on through to heaven. And because now he's got nothing but time to joke around. Okay? And just one more thing I need to tell you, your little girl has the most beautiful wings. I talk about that often because it's true. Little children have very beautiful, beautiful wings because they have a very special place in heaven. They really, really do. They were taken for a reason. They were taken so early, and so therefore they're giving very, very beautiful wings. And your little girl, she's as beautiful as they come. Dad lived with glass in his one eye for the last number of years. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah. You know, and I would have said, truthfully, I would have said something about having like thick glasses. Like I was feeling this like thick glass. But I was actually glass in the eye. That's crazy. That's interesting. Well, thank you so much, Mike. It was a pleasure. It was an honor. All right. You're beautiful. Your beautiful little girl is where you would hope she would be under the circumstances, and it is my privilege and honor to tell you that much later down the road you will meet her. You will meet her in person, and I just seen it. You will embrace her and you will hug her, and she looks so much like other girls in your family. I hate to say that. She, you know. Almost identical. I find that really interesting. Okay. But jokingly, she just brought up, but calmer than my little sister. I just need to tell you that. Okay. She is. She wants me to tell you that she loves you. All right, Mike. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to connect with your beautiful, beautiful little girl tonight. Thank you so very much. All right, the next loved one that I would love to bring forward is I have a male here. He is so, you know, I get caught saying this. I always say, oh, they're so kind. Because they are. Just 1 second, everybody. Jen's always worried that Kaylin's alone. Yeah. Mike, I get that, and you know, I'm not in your shoes. I'm not in, you know, in Jen's shoes, but please, please hear me. Your beautiful little girl is never alone. Never, 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 never. All right. And that's just not how this works. All right. That beautiful, pure, innocent child has never once been alone. Right. She needs to try and remember that. All right. She will, again, as I said, meet her and embrace her much, much later. All right. You're most welcome, Mike. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so as I was saying, the next loved one that I would love to bring forward, I have another male here. Okay. I talk about, you know, often about, you know, how they seem so kind because they are. It's like, I don't mean to joke about it, but you can't be grumpy in heaven because it's so beautiful there. It's so peaceful. It's so pure. You can't not be happy. All right. And I have this wonderful man here. All right. He just radiates love for his family. Okay. He has such a kind eyes. Okay. I can see them. They're blue. His blue eyes. They're blue to me. Okay. I want to say, I think, brown hair. It may have grayed prior to his passing, possibly. But he's showing me himself more in his prime when he felt good. Okay. As I say that, I asked this gentleman, how come you're no longer here? What happened? And he just drew me a great big heart. So that means he had heart issues, heart problems of some sort. Okay. He was such a good family man. Okay. Thanks, Monica. When I've asked him, give me some more information. Who are you? Okay. As I said, there's some heart problems here. There's what looks like girls in the family. Okay. Yep. Daughters. There's daughters here. How many? I'm not 100% sure. No, I'm not, so I don't want to, I won't guess. I'm not sure. All I know is he showed me daughters. I don't, as I keep on talking, he's not showing me any boys. So I think he's trying to say that he had just daughters, children. Okay. What a loving man, very family orientated. I don't know why I need to talk about fixing an old car. Just not sure, but he's showing it to me. Somebody's fixing an old car here. It's someone he's tried to connect with. Fixing up a car. Yeah. I think he's expressing to me that his granddaughter is watching. I think that's what he's trying to get at. First I was going to say daughter, but no. I think he corrected me. I very much feel a very small town atmosphere kind of about this man too. Okay? Why does he keep showing me fixing a car over and over again? Taylor, your grandfather, Alan. Lovely. Taylor, you know what he just showed me? This is so cute. I want to tell you, and you'll understand this, he gave the best hugs. He really did. And you'd get that. His eyes, I need to repeat that, his eyes are so kind. You'll understand because you know, you remember. You have beautiful memories of him. He has a very soft tone. You bought a car to fix up. Yeah. He wants me to tell you, Taylor, with him, he wants me to express to you how much he's with you right now in this time in your life. All right? Grandpa is watching over you. And the reason why I know that is why he would bring up that you're fixing a car. Okay? He's in your day-to-day life. So any new situations that are going on in your life, your beautiful grandfather is right there with you, going through all of that. Whatever, he shows me, you got like 100 different emotions some days, and you know, he's got 6 daughters. Get out. Well, no wonder. Okay, no wonder I wasn't seeing any boys. That's wild. Yeah, that would make sense. As I talk about your life, I don't know. I talk about this sometimes, that I used to be a little bit hesitant to say the things that I see, because I don't ever want to offend anybody, especially on a live broadcast. Okay. Oh, 3 biological, 3 step. Oh, interesting. All girls, eh? That's wild. Anyways, I've learned that your loved ones are not going to show me that I'm not something that would upset you, something that I'm not supposed to say. Okay, I've learned that. So I'm just going to go ahead and set it. He shows me this great big fat diamond. All right. You need to know that. Grandpa's watching you. Grandpa's smiling, and Grandpa's happy about that. So whatever, wherever you're at in your relationship, just know that's Grandpa's take. All right. Grandpa is smiling from ear to ear. Grandpa, sorry, I had to stop for a second and watch him. Your grandpa comes in with such a loving heart. Your grandpa wants you to know, Taylor, that your road ahead, everything is going to be fine. Did he call you a kid? You've been waiting for one. I'm sure you need a ring. That's funny. It's big. Just saying, Taylor. It's a big diamond. Not that that matters. Your road in your future, however it takes you. He calls you kid. I found that interesting, so I don't know if he normally would. He's like, you got this, kid. You got this. You are so much stronger than you realize. You need to hear that. Sorry, I was reading Jamie's message at the same time. You need to hear that. You got this, Taylor. Everything is going to be okay. All right. I don't know why I need to tell you that you need to go out and water your plants. Okay? You just showed that to me. I don't know what that's about. Anyways, that kind of didn't really fit with what he was saying. He totally interrupted me. Again, that's just his way of showing that he's right there with you guys. It looks like, yeah, I think that's where he's going. Your flowers are dry. I don't know. So just know, Taylor, that your wonderful grandpa is watching over you. You haven't watered in a few days. That's great, Taylor. Again, yes, because he's with you. He's just proven that to you real quick before I end this. Just know everything's going to be okay. He sends his love to all of you, okay? For all who's watching or who may watch this, in the near future, this broadcast, just know he loves each and every one of you. He has a very special place in his heart for you, Taylor. It's really interesting. So I'm about, he just showed me such a proudness towards you. You needed to hear that tonight too. He's really proud of you. You've come a long way, he tells me. He's very proud of the woman that you are. Okay? He says, she's not this shy little girl anymore. He's proud of you, and he loves you. All right, Taylor. Thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to connect with your lovely, lovely grandpa tonight. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you could all do me a very quick favor, and please share my broadcast. That would mean the world to me. Quickly hit share. It takes you 2 seconds. Please do. I would really appreciate you doing that for me. I hope you all have a great week coming up, and I look forward to seeing you all next Wednesday night for Wednesday Whispers. Thanks so much, everyone.